Welcome back, Flare community. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the lock-in block, which basically secures your delegation for the future epochs. Now, recently, in this particular epoch, Epoch 30, many people were actually caught out with their delegations because the lock-in block actually occurred much earlier than initially expected. Now, before we jump in, I would just like to point out that the period in which the lock-in block occurs is actually an estimation, and it highly depends on the speed in which blocks are being created on the Songbird network. So here we have Flare Metrics. It's an incredibly useful resource for the community, and I believe this was actually created by the legend Tim Rowley from FTSO AU. If you're yet to follow him and check out his YouTube channel, I would highly recommend doing so. So this is the website, and you can get all kinds of information from here. More importantly, for today, you can actually get the vote power block. And this is basically the actual block which confirmed everyone's delegations. So what we can actually do is take this value, which is the block number, and we can go to the Flare Songbird Explorer here. We go to the top and simply paste that in and press enter. This brings us to this specific block, and it gives you a timestamp. So the lock-in block, which basically secured everyone's delegations, happened 5 days ago, April the 14th, 2022, at a time of 12:08 p.m., and that's in my time zone, which is British summertime, which is +1 UTC. Now, this actually falls outside of the scope, which is commonly acknowledged for the period of the lock-in block. And I want to just take you to the homepage here to, I guess, visualize a point. We can see here that the average block time is around 1.9 seconds each block. Now, this does actually vary. Sometimes it's much faster, sometimes it's a little bit slower. And the lock-in block period is very dependent on how fast these blocks are actually created. The lock-in period is something that is not set in stone. I'm aware that there are many people who are trying to maximize their rewards by using their wrapped Songbird to stake in Flare farms, and then withdrawing at the last possible minute to then secure their delegations. If you want to secure your delegations, you need to have wrapped Songbird in your wallet prior to the lock-in block. And as we just saw, this can actually fall outside the scope of the generally expected time frame. Fear not, though, if you were using this particular technique of wrapping your Songbird and putting it in Flare Farm and then trying to remove it last minute to secure your own delegations, all is not lost. If you didn't actually do this before the lock-in block, don't worry, because your delegation will actually be done here via Flare Farms. So if you did miss the delegation and it looks like you're not earning rewards, you should be able to claim this at the end of the epoch. This is something that I really just wanted to highlight today because I've had many different questions asking about why their delegations were not locked in for this particular epoch. Long story short, it's highly dependent on the average block time for the particular epoch. The quicker the average block time is, the earlier in the epoch you can expect the lock-in block to occur. In contrast, the longer the average block time, the later in the epoch you may expect it to occur. It's that simple. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're yet to subscribe, please feel free to do so. And until next time, I'm out.
Mission Control, we have liftoff.